Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194 and appreciate you stopping in, checking out my video. We're here at Misano and it's going to be really interesting because I'm in the Porsche in the USCP server and I didn't qualify. I just jumped in the car and it's difficult conditions. It's changing all the time, damp, wet, dry, so I just couldn't qualify. And actually just jumped in the car and was able just to barely make the CP race. So I have no practice, no nothing. So other than the practice here, so Bowman and Dyson are about the only guys I know. Everybody else I really don't know.
Green light, give it all you can.
I'm on slicks. So this is going to be even more interesting. Look out.
Car on the right.
What the heck was that?
Clear on the right.
Guy went right through him.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
So it started basically back here at the back. Of course, nobody knows what to do because it's damp, wet, it's this, that, the other thing.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
See if I can get through this traffic. Already up to 6, so that's good. Starting in the back of the field. There is a pit stop.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Well done, mate. Personal best.
First, I had to change my dry setup. I had to put a little bit more downforce in it, you know, back it down a little bit. because I mean track's damp, and then of course even after it starts drying, it's green. So like I said, I just had to added one wing. And I took one rear sway bar out of it. I don't know what happened to Bowman. He qualified up there somewhere, but I don't know what happened to him.
Well done, mate. Good lap. Yellow flag in sector 3. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
So far, so good. I'm not doing the. That's another thing. I had to guess on the tires. I pumped them up a little bit because I knew they're going to be, you know, not getting the heat in them. Plus, I closed the ducts one. So I mean, again, a lot of changes. Which, you know, in the CP server, it's constant. I mean, it's just constant. You know, changing conditions, changing everything. So.
Well done, mate. Good lap.
I haven't been doing that good with the Porsche lately, so I hope I can do decent today. So far, I'm really happy from where I started. But I don't know. I mean, last 3 times I've taken it out, I've done too well with it. And that's really one of my best cars, ones I really like. Just one of those things.
Well done, mate. Good lap.
He's got rain tires on. AMG. That was a mistake. tires might be going to get too hot. So we'll have to see. There's a pit stop, so I got to be really critical on what I do then. Gotta love the Beamer.
Fastest lap of the race. Great job, man.
Car feels great. For these conditions, it feels really good. Keeps opening that door.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Yeah, he's being defensive. My tires are getting too hot. I want to make some tire adjustments.
in sector 3.
Yeah, and that knocked him down a little bit. A little bit too deep there. Might just see if I can get him past in the pits. Get in the pits and get in and get out. Still no rain, so that's good. Going down 5 because I'm not going near as fast as I could.
The pit is now open. Yellow flag, be careful there. There's a slow car up ahead.
I'm gonna do whatever he's not gonna do, so. Thank you. About just perfect. Hopefully the tires were close. on, guys.
Mandatory stop is now clear. Come on, go, go, go.
How's the wet? I'm ahead of the BMW by a good amount. He must have had a good pit stop. I don't know why Dyson didn't go in, and he still got wet, so I don't know why he didn't go in and get slicks. Unless he did already. He didn't have a scheduled stop. Yeah, because he's 35. So he's running. He's definitely got slicks. But he must have done that before his stop. He made an extra stop. Hey everybody, and sorry about the interruption, but this is the highlight part of the video. Basically what happened was, for some reason, I had some kind of audio update that interrupted my recording, and so I had the prompt on the screen, and it was really kind of messing me up because I had that prompt sitting right in the middle of my screen, and it ended the recording. It did it on its own. So I'm just going to show a few highlights to the end here, and of course go over what happened. So let's skip a lap and go to this next lap. And of course, now, like I said, I had this audio update that says you need to restart your computer to install this audio update and all this, which I don't know why I got all my updates shut off as far as interrupting, but for some reason it did that. So I got to kind of figure out why it did that. But anyway, I see I've slowed way down. I was trying to figure out if I could get the prompt off my screen so I could restart the recording, but in the meantime, the BMW caught me and blew right by me. So I saw him blow right by me, and I'm like, oh shoot, I better get going. So I got back on the horse, so to speak, and took off. And of course, now he had, a lead on me. know, at least you don't see it on the recording from the game. So that's good. But, you know, when I was recording the overlay, it had that stupid prompt. You know, when I was playing, it had the prompt right in the middle. Like, man. And of course, Cahill in the BMW drove a nice race. I mean, he had good pace in it, I thought, and you know, I didn't want to do something stupid and take both of us out. And I really wanted to finish the race because starting right near the last, I mean, I was like 17th out of like 19 or something or whatever. I mean, it's basically starting near the back. I really wanted to get a good finish so I could, you know, help my rating. So I was like, well, I need to stick it out and just try to see what I can do. And I was hoping I could get a win, but you know, it wasn't a given. I mean, I still had to get around him. Heck, I would have been thrilled just to get a top 5 starting way back there. So I was really happy with the car. It was working really well for those conditions. Of course, I kind of had to tame it down because, you know, again, you know, the track was green. It was wet in the beginning. So, I mean, you know, I wanted to make it a little bit more drivable, and also, which I know is going to slow it down a little bit, but I tell you what, the car felt really good. I mean, I thought it felt really good, and especially in all the conditions, and it just, anywhere I wanted to go, it would go. No surprises. Yeah, I was running a little slower, but, you know, the track conditions weren't optimum by far, so, you know, I think my fast lap was a low 35, which is probably about a good half a second or more off, probably almost a second off, really. And fast here in the Porsche is a 33.8. That's my fastest lap. That's my personal best. I think I did that in a race, but it was, you know, it was when we had lower fuel and I had newer tires and things like that. So in optimal conditions. So, but consistently probably run more like mid 34s to lower 34s, and so I was, you know, I was a good, almost a second off, 3/4 of a second off. Some of that's the track, some of it's just the, you know, the car. You know, basically, I really didn't do much to the dry setup from the last setup. Basically, the only thing I did is add one to the rear wing. So I went from a 9 to a 10. That's pretty much it. I mean, I really didn't do anything else from there. I just wanted, you know, the back end a little bit more secure, you know, a little bit less rotation. But that's one thing that I think I try to make my setups, you know, really, maybe not the great, just great at one thing, but I try to make them really good at a lot of things. You know, whether it's qualifying and you can just run low fuel, or the race, or even in bad conditions. I mean, maybe just a couple, you know, one little click here or one click here or whatever, and you got a decent, you know, you can have a setup that can work halfway decent in any conditions. So again, I'm really happy about that, because really the alignment's the same, the springs are the same. I didn't really adjust anything off my dry setup other than just add a, you know, one rear wing. I can't remember doing anything else to it. And you see, I mean, I'm getting the best drive I can, but yeah, BMW is so strong down the straightaway, but I knew I was stronger than him down at the end. So I just tried to, you know, get as close as I could to him. I knew he was going a little wide all the time, so I just dove it in there and then made the pass. And we'll rewind that. Get a different view. Of course, he was blocking some, which, you know, being defensive. Of course, the BMW's, you know, pretty dang strong down the straightaway and through here. And of course, he's trying to get a good angle. Again, you know, good race, you know, run by him. I mean, he was running really good, and you know, very good car control, and you know, basically just overall just driving a good race. I mean, he had good pace. He had good, you know, he was good on the brakes. You know, I really didn't see any faults, really. I mean, he was running pretty good, I thought. So. And then, you know, and again, I didn't want to do something stupid and just, that was even about as risky as I wanted to go. But, you know, I knew I was faster, but again, you know, you got to get around them. Just because you're faster don't mean, you know, don't mean anything unless you can get around. So, which, you know, I was trying to be as, I shouldn't say gentle, that's not the word I'm looking for. I mean, I was just trying to be, you know, fair about the whole thing and not, again, I didn't want him to wreck. I didn't want me to wreck, you know, either one of us. So I was trying to just do it in a way that it was best for the both of us. So just a nice clean pass. So again, we'll run to the last lap. You see I got about a 9.5 second lead. So I mean, I just slowly pulled away. Love the Porsche. Again, you know, I was really happy to do well in it for, you know, since it's one of my better, stronger cars, but yet I've been struggling with it lately. Just have some off races, so it's really happy to come back and just have a good finish, and you know, difficult conditions, and just an overall good race. I was really happy with that. Really happy with how it performed. You know, especially, you know, no practice and pretty much going to just jumping in cold turkey and going. So again, you know, the car really had no surprises. Really just drove perfect. I mean, it wasn't like I was, you know, trying to save it all the time, or you know, on the edge of crashing all the time, or I mean, it was just really, it was for the Porsche. It was just felt like it was glued to the track, no problems. And again, you know, I just went off my latest dry setup, and like I said, all I did is add a rear wing. That's it. I didn't change the ride height. I didn't change. And qualifying, I did, but of course it was wet. It was more wet in qualifying. I had wets on. I did change the toe a little bit and some things like that. But I knew this was going to dry. I knew this was going to be dry, you know, drying. So pretty much I went just off the dry setup and just added the one rear wing, and that was it. So yeah, I mean, it had a little bit more downforce and drag, but you know, I knew it was going to slow me down, but that's okay because I wanted to get through the wet part of the race. And of course, even after it was wet, you know, it was going to be green. And, of course, there's Cahill. But, yeah, I mean, I thought it was really good. And I sure hope you give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And, of course, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you come back and visit again really soon. Y'all take care. See ya.